What is your relationship with Rema?
Rema, okay, you notice I have him as my DP. I always post him on my TikTok story. I love Rema. Rema ad astra per aspera. It translates to the stars through her ship. That's the official slogan of NASA. I was the Mr. Optometry in my 100 level. That is not something many people will be expecting a best graduating student to do, because they feel like people that do all those pageantry and social events are people that are not really into academics. Okay, so long with my okay. So you as okay, you now go and follow Remigius. You are in trouble. I am the overall best graduating student in the just completed convocation of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. So I'm glad to be here today. During the time of Governor Peter Obi, His Excellency as Governor of Anambra State, he did a lot of things in the education sector, and his empowerment in that aspect helped to shape education in Anambra State. When you talk about top students in Onyeka and NECO, top students in JAMB in Nigeria, you cannot talk about it without mentioning Anambra State schools.
Hello, my dear viewers. My name is Dr. Sami, and I'm the host for the Luminaries podcast. And I'm here with an amazing guest, the one you always want to see, the best. I'm talking about Dr. Onyeka Remigius, who was the best graduating student with 4.94 CGPA. Can you please further introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Dr. Onyeka Remigius Chinecherem. You can call me Dr. Rema. By the grace of God, I am the overall best graduating student in the just completed convocation of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. So I'm glad to be here today in your podcast. Thank you.
That's nice. I would like to start by, before being the best graduating student, before being the doctor of optometry, who is Remigius?
Well, I'm just a little boy that has always had this passion to learn. I would say I love knowledge right from my childhood days. I always have this inner desire to learn new things. You know, growing up, my mom told me that when I was much younger, I have this desire to learn new things, you know, explore. Whenever I'm alone, I always look at things, try to know what they are made of. At some point, they have to like start keeping away things from me, you know, in the house. You can literally leave a device at home, let's say a household gadget, and go to work, only for you to come back and see that I've scattered it. So I'm just that curious to know what is inside, to know what it is made of. You know, growing up, at some point, some people say that I'm going to be an engineer because I was doing all these crafts, building houses with cartons, doing all this small electrical wiring with wires and small bulbs to make light, all those stuff. So they make me happy, you know, doing those things, those crafts, playing with them and see them come to life. They really make me happy. So then I also have this passion for health. Yes, growing up, I've always been this kind of person that is when I see someone that is sick, I have this kind of pity inside me, and I'll be like, what can I do to help this person? What can I do to assist this person? As little as I was, I always have this level of sympathy when I look at sick people. So I think that's when the desire to help was born. But when I became older, I also started exploring other things. You know, I've entered secondary school, I've learned a lot of things. Then I later switched to chemistry. I fell in love with chemistry in my secondary school. And I started losing interest in the health side, the health aspect I wanted to go into because of the love I had for chemistry. But then you know how the Nigerian system is. You know,
So before getting to that place, before getting to secondary school and deciding what to do in university, I would like to ask, have you always been the best from, so let me say, primary school down to secondary school?
Yes, as long as I can remember, I've always been this brilliant kid kids, sorry, from primary school days. Throughout my primary school, I think I still have my primary school results at home. Throughout my primary school, I think I've never had any other position except first position. First position. Yes, I think it's only once, sometime in my, was it primary 3, second term, that I took second position for the first time. That day was just different. I don't know how I can't really explain what the feeling was like. So I couldn't go home immediately when I received my results. I was just staring at it, because it is not something I'm used to. So it was shocking. Right from nursery school, I've been taking first. Whenever I got my result, I open it, I see first position, I'll be okay, I'll be happy, I'll be fine. But that day was different. I just opened my results happily, the normal way, and I saw second. I was like, what is happening? I was scared to go home, but when I got home, what I was expecting was not what I saw. Because I was expecting when I get home, my mom would be like, what happened? Why did you end up second in the class? But instead, they were happy with me. They were like, it's okay, it's nothing. I know you can do better next time. You have always been doing better. You've always been doing well. You've always been topping your class. So I feel like maybe something happened. You can still do better. That person that took that first from you, you can always take it back from him or her. Yeah. And I say, okay, I was happy. I was happy that they did not shout at me, and I was relaxed again. And then subsequently, I continued with my first position, topping the class down to secondary school. Even in secondary school, I was also topping the class, although there are other brilliant students in class, but I was still there with them at the top. Even if I'm not able to come out overall best in the entire class, let's say, in secondary school we have, let's say for instance, JSS1, we have JSS1 A, B, C. Even if I'm not able to come out overall best in the whole class, I can still come out first position in my own class, say JSS1 A. So I've been doing well right from my primary school days down to secondary school, even before I entered the uni.
So I would like to ask, what does it feel like to grow up in Onitsha?
Yeah, I grew up in Onitsha. That's where I was born. Whenever you hear the word that city Onitsha, there is this kind of stereotype that people have about that city. They believe that once you are from Onitsha, you are not academically inclined, educationally inclined. That Onitsha is basically a city meant for business. So that you cannot mention Onitsha and still mention education. Academic side. But that ideology is not true, is wrong. To be honest with you, I can beat my chest and tell you that the best secondary schools you can see, let me not say the whole of Nigeria, because I have not been to other parts of Nigeria that much, but let me say in this southeastern Nigeria, the best secondary schools you can think of in the whole of southeastern Nigeria are located in Onitsha. When you talk about the likes of Christ the King College Onitsha, talk about St. Charles Borromeo, talk about Dennis Memorial Grammar School, you talk about many of them, even the girls colleges too, like we have QRC, we have Komaria and the rest. So even Anambra as a state has a lot of good secondary schools where you can get quality secondary education, and I am a product of Anambra secondary education. I can tell you that I can, as a secondary school student in Anambra State, I can go to any part of Nigeria and compete with them. So you see that particular stereotype that people have about Onitsha or Anambra State when it comes to education. I don't think it's true, because Anambra State education system, especially at that basic level, primary and secondary school, is perfect. It's good.
So this is like my first time of having this kind of conversation with somebody that grew up in Anambra. This is to attest to what His Excellency Governor Peter Obi, former Governor Peter Obi of Anambra State, has been talking about, that he made sure that Anambra came, I think, first in YF in Nigeria and stuff like that. So you can attest to that.
I can attest to that as well. Governor Peter Obi did very well when he was the governor of Anambra State. Although I did not witness everything, like all of his tenure, but I know that towards the ending of his tenure, I was in secondary school. I think that was around my JSS1, JSS2. That was towards the end of his tenure. I saw the things that he did as the governor of Anambra State, especially in the education sector. One of the biggest moves that Governor Peter Obi did that helped to reshape secondary education in Anambra State is giving back the schools to the church. Because before then, the secondary schools were taken away from the church, especially all those missionary-owned schools like St. Charles Borromeo, Christ the King College, and the rest. They were taken away from them, like I heard, and the government was managing it. But because of poor management and everything, the governor decided to hand over those schools back to the church, and they became full-blown missionary schools again, but with support from the government. And that was how secondary education rose to the peak in Anambra State. During the time of Governor Peter Obi, His Excellency, as governor of Anambra State, he did a lot of things in the education sector, and his empowerment in that aspect helped to reshape education in Anambra State. When you talk about top students in Onyeka and NECO, top students in JAM in Nigeria, you cannot talk about it without mentioning Anambra State schools or Anambra State students. And also, I was also a witness of some of the things that he did, some of the things he donated to schools. For instance, my school, Archbishop Albert Obey Secondary School, where I did my secondary education, we are beneficiaries of the school bus that His Excellency gave to almost all schools in Anambra State. I think he also gave us a Lister power generator, gave us the Mikano size this generator, and he also equipped our computer lab. Yes, I remember he donated over 50 laptops to my school, and I think that was my first time of having to this direct access to computer, because when I just entered my school, our computer lab is not that good. Just few outdated computers that were there. Whenever we go down to the computer lab for practical, all of us will just gather around one computer. The teacher will just be there, we doing one or two. We not even understand what he or she is doing. We just be moping into the monitor. But towards that my JSS2, JSS3, that he donated those computers to the school, our computer lab was expanded. It was moved from the particular room where it was to a hall upstairs, a bigger space, where they redesigned it with projector, laptops, and more. They got more desktop, about 50 more, and added to the already existing one, coupled with the 50 laptops. So whenever we go for computer lesson, every student will be on his or her own computer. Whatever the lecturer is doing on her own computer will be displaying at the computer there on the projector. Then we'll now be seeing it and we'll be doing the same. Like, it was so fun. It was a very nice experience for me. I think that was my first time of learning how to do my Microsoft Word. The basics of Microsoft Word was in my secondary school. All thanks to His Excellency.
That's interesting. You actually have a very solid background. Now, you said something about liking chemistry and all of that. How did you transform from liking chemistry to liking medicine again, and not just liking medicine again, choosing optometry among all the medical courses?
Okay, even till today, I still like chemistry, to be honest with you. I didn't drop chemistry for optometry because I stopped liking chemistry. But rather, I actually wrote JAMB for chemistry. My first JAMB in 2018 was for chemistry. I applied for chemistry in Uniben and I got it. But I did not go. Why? Because I was discouraged. Yes, I was discouraged by people. They told me as a young boy that I was not even up to 18 then. I was told that chemistry is not a good move for me. As a Nigerian, unless I want to end up as a med teacher, as a secondary school teacher, there's nothing for me if I study chemistry in Nigeria. That I should not waste this my brilliance.
There's nothing bad in being a teacher.
There's nothing bad in being a teacher actually, but if you look at it from my particular aspect as a Nigerian, that's you and I, you understand the points, the direction they are coming from. So they were like, I should not waste my talent studying chemistry in Nigeria. Let me just feel like that. But to be honest with you, I really loved chemistry, and if I had the opportunity to do it again, I would like to do chemistry, honestly. Even in university, okay, when I later switched to optometry, the thing is that I never considered medicine anyways, because I don't want to do that surgery aspect of, playing with blood and systems. They are not really my thing. So I needed
one similar situation.
I needed a healthcare profession that will give me that doctor-patient relationship and still keep me away from blood and touching human systems anyhow.
That's me.
So I started making research. At first, I considered pharmacy. But why I switched to optometry is that I noticed that optometry has more patient-doctor relationship than pharmacy. Pharmacy has this limited patient-doctor relationship. But as an optometrist, you are with your patients. You are literally your patient. You diagnose your patient. You even work as your own patient pharmacist. Yes. As an optometrist, you are the doctor. You are the nurse. You are the pharmacist. You should understand what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to say. You diagnose. You dispense. You get you counsel. You counsel. You educate as well. So I came across optometry. I made my research, and it was a fun course to me.
So you chose optometry by yourself, and they gave you straight out.
Yeah, I applied for optometry in Futo in 2019. Yes, and I got admission immediately. I started optometry, and I continued liking it. Like I never for once regretted choosing optometry as a course. Even though I know that I have always loved chemistry, but when I entered optometry, I was happy.
So many people don't like optometry from the start. Some people will tell you they wanted medicine, stuff like that, and they were given optometry.
Yes,
and I feel like that's one of the basic of becoming who you are, being the best like you are. If you don't like something, you are likely not going to give your best to it. So one of the reasons why I feel like at the end of the day, people like you come out best is because they like it from the on-go. So I would like to ask, from 100 level, immediately they give you the admission. Are you aiming to be the best? Did you have that conversation with yourself?
Well, I never for once, at the onset, I never for once saw myself as the best, like being the best or becoming the best. When I entered school, this is what happened. During my secondary school days, I've always been this student that teachers will be like, when everybody fails a particular thing, you know that everybody in the class failed this thing. You will not scold them. You now come to me and say, Remigius, even you. That kind of statement, it used to hurt me somehow, low key. I'll be like, why me? Like all of us failed this thing. Why you not have to emphasize on the fact that I failed it? I'll be like, Remigius, even you. So that standard that teachers always set for me in secondary school, when I was in secondary school, that kind of pressure that they mount on me, that academic pressure. I told myself when I entered university that I don't want that kind of pressure again. I just want to be a normal student. When I enter school, I'll just do my thing. I know that I will not fail. I will study hard. I'll pass my courses, but I will not mount that pressure on myself. I'll just be regular, normal, like every other student. That was what I told myself. But when the first semester results came out and I saw my performance, and I was like, come on, I cannot help it again because I started absolutely well. Like my first GP after my first semester, 100 level was 4.81, and I topped my class. So with that kind of GP, you just have to maintain the standard. You just have to maintain the standard. You just have to take it to the next level. So I think my biggest motivation has always been my performance. When you do well, you want to do better. This semester you are making 4.81. You'll be like, since I made 4.81, can I try 4.9 next semester? Let me see if I can do it. And you see yourself doing it. At some point, I started to see B as a bad result. Yes, I started to see B. I think the only B I had, like the only time I had B throughout my 6 years in school was in 100 level, first and second semester. For my 200 level, first semester, down to my 600 level, second semester, I didn't have any other grade except A's. I've always seen B as the wrong results. That's A or nothing. So that's how.
Congratulations on your outstanding performance. So now that you are the best, how does it feel to be the best?
Okay, it feels good. It feels good to be the best. Although it's not my first time of having this kind of experience. I'm used to it. You know, when I got the news, because the news was reached to me first before it was announced at the convocation ground. I already know I'm the valedictorian 1 week before the convocation. Even before that 1 week, with the kind of CGPA I signed out with, I was already expecting myself to be among the best. So, but you cannot really say you are the best until it is official. So I was just praying and hoping that maybe I should have the opportunity. So when they eventually told me, the message came to me through my course advisor that I should go and prepare my valedictorian speech that I'm the best greatest student. I was happy. They even said it to my class group. Everybody was congratulating me. Yeah, it felt good. When I passed the message to my parents, when I told my parents, they did not really overreacted. They were happy though, but like as if they were expecting it. I'm like, are you sure these people understood what I just told them? Like, I am the best in the entire university. Mom, it's not that the first I used to take in secondary school or the first I used to take in primary school. This one is like in a population of about 4,000 graduating students, like the best. You don't understand what it means. You just say, okay, thank God. Okay. Mom, this is more than the normal one, you know, like this is too big, it's too much. So I'm happy, despite the fact that it's not my first experience of being in this kind of situation, but this one is too much. It's too much.
You can only say it's your first because you've not been to university before.
Yes,
but this is your first time of being in the university and you are the best for the first time in the university.
Yes.
So what we say in our society today, what are the financial benefits of being who you are? Because the society we are now, we are in a generation that is money driven. People want to know if I'm the best for this, if I'm going to attain this height, what is the monetary value for what I'm actually fighting for? So
okay, you already know the kind of country we are in. That nobody come out with a best that award as the best graduate student does not really mean that your life is set already. You're just starting. The only good thing is that you already know who you are, right? The result has placed you out there. You just have to work with it, work with what you have. To be honest, that particular grace is an edge you have over other people. Aside connection, I know that there is connection, but it's still an edge. But for you to work, you have to put in some work yourself. You don't just go and relax and say, I am the best. I'm the best. I will always get whatever I want with my results, with my position. I can easily apply for anything anywhere and get it. No. With that kind of mindset, you cannot get to where you want to go. Even if you like I saw when my picture was posted online, they are saying, hey, you get scholarship and all that. It's not easy like that too. Nobody will come to you and say you are the best graduate student, I take this scholarship. No. If you want to get scholarship, you still have to hustle for it. If you want to get an international scholarship, you hustle for it. You have your this thing, you already have the GP, right? You already have the awards and everything. Is part of your portfolio. What you have to do is you have to go and build more, do more things to add to it, so that your portfolio will be robust enough. So that when you apply for any school, they will see what you have. In addition to the fact that you are the best graduating student with this kind of CGPA, you also have so thing to your name. Let's say you have contributed in writing one particular research work or an article, or you have done so thing. You know, do more things, develop yourself. That's development. Even if it is not in the educational aspect, You also have a skill. Let's say you are into tech, you have a tech skill. All those things are still essential. You understand? So just working hard to get to this point that I am today is not bad. It's good and it is worth it. But for you to get to that place you want to reach, you have to put in more work. You understand? You have to put in work. You cannot just say because I worked so hard for 6 years to become the best graduate student, I can now go and relax and I say, okay, everything I want will now come to me. It does not work that way.
I like the conversation. I like what you just started saying now, because a lot of persons will say, since we can say, let's leave it for the winners has it all. Like once you are the best, there is no need now. I cannot just be Remigius, so let me go and relax. So there is still room for you to improve yourself in any other sector, even if you are not the best.
Of course,
you can actually have more advantage, more than the best.
Yes, that you are the best doesn't mean that you are the best in everything. That you graduated as the best student in your set does not mean that you are going to be successful more than every other person. Without your best student, there is still, without your performance, there is still chances that you are going to be the least in your set if you don't take time. If you go and relax, you don't do anything and say, I have this award, I'm going to use it and get to anywhere I want to get to. Now go and relax, you will not put in work. My dear, you are going down. This is just a trend. Okay, the convocation happened when? On Saturday, right? Highest, from now to December, this trend will just die. Another best graduate student will come out. They will forget about you. So all these things that is happening just for this moment, you have to use it and work on yourself. From now, you start looking out for things. You have to decide, what is it that I want? What is it that I want to do with this kind of performance that I have? How will I use it to help myself? How will I use it to position myself at the right place? And start working immediately before the hype goes down. Because definitely the hype will go down. It will not be there forever. Are you getting it? It will not be there forever. It's just like, okay, do you know that I can be the best graduating student in Federal University of Technology Owerri? Let's say with a CGPA, okay, for instance, I came out with a CGPA of 4.94, right? Another student will be a best graduating student in his or her own school with a CGPA of 4.8. Let's say two of us graduated the same day and our convocation happened the same day. There is chance that, or there are chances that that particular student that registered as the best graduating student with 4.8 will get more favors than me, depending on how he or she position himself or herself out there. Let's say the way you made the post, you posted on Twitter, on X or Instagram or anything, the kind of audience that came across your post. Are you getting it? We put you out there and know the kind of thing you get. So it's not because I'm the best, my GP is higher, I'm supposed to get more things than this person. No, it doesn't work that way. It all boils down to how you.
So you say something about know what you want for yourself, and I would like to ask, what do you want for yourself after now?
After now, okay. For now, I just had my convocation, right? I'm currently waiting for my induction. Hopefully, before by first week of July next month, I'll be inducted into the profession as a doctor of optometry. After which I'll proceed to do my internship. But as I'm doing that internship, I'm going to explore other things. Currently, I work as a freelancer. I do some remote jobs, so I use it to support myself. And I'm not going to drop it because I'm now a doctor of optometry. I'm still going to continue it and even do more. Are you getting it? But ultimately, my dream, my desire is to further my education, but not in Nigeria. Ideally, I want to leave the country. I wish I can get a scholarship right now that will take me out of this place to go and do my postgraduate studies out there.
Interesting. I pray you get so.
Thank you. I pray to. Amen.
I want you to leave.
And I'm going to work towards it. It's not just saying it. I'm going to work towards it. Because to say it is one thing, to put in work is another thing. I know it's not going to be easy. Yes, it's not going to be easy, even for the best. It's not going to be easy. I will still be hustling for it now. I will see someone that came out with 2-1 or even third class will get the scholarship before me. It happens because the CGPA is not the only determinant. There are other things. They will look at your experiences. They will look at your portfolio, other things to your name. They will look at your story.
And you know, this
how you told your story.
This GPA is just for formalities, for encouragement for doctors. You don't carry it.
Yes, exactly.
Nobody is a first class doctor.
For us as optometrists, our course is not really classified.
Yeah,
it's not classified. So although in my school we have CGPA.
Everybody has.
Okay, other optometry schools have CGPA. Okay, but it's just for formality for you to know your performance.
Yes.
You will not see anywhere in my certificate where it is written he graduated with first class honors. You not see it. You just see a doctor of optometry degree. That's all.
So let's also go back to the process. What's a typical day for you as a student?
Well, as a student, you know, when people hear that I'm the best graduating student, the best thing that comes to their mind is that this boy must have been a type of student that is always reading, like he not do any other thing throughout his stay in school. But let me bust your head. Do you know that if you're not close to me, you will not know that I'm a serious academic type? If I show you the kind of comments that I got from certain people because of this my award, you will just be laughing. You'll be like, are you sure this is you? I can't believe it. Even in my own lodge where I live, where I've been staying for 6 years, because I did not change lodge. I stayed in one lodge from my 100 level to final year. They are still in shock till today. They are still in shock today. Like, Rema, how did you do it? Because I used to be with them. One of us will be cracking jokes, playing. We go and play ball together. We come back, we gist, we play PlayStation, play game and all that. Like, how come? So, and many other people that will be like, how did you do this thing? Because I never asked.
How come it's not about how did you do it?
Okay, like I'm gifted. I don't know. Maybe I'm gifted. But in addition to that, I also put in work. I worked hard. I know, despite all these things, despite the fact that I played, I laughed, I joked, I attended social events and everything, I knew where my priority were. I never joked with my academics. I never played with it. I believe that there is time for everything, and anything that is worth doing is worth doing well. If you want to read, you read it well. I'm not the kind of person that if I want to read now, I will be pressing my phone, or I read small, I will chat small, I will read small, I will stand up. I don't do it. If I decide to read, I will sit down and read. I can read for straight 8 hours uninterrupted. You know, it's not as if I read every day. I don't read every day. The kind of department I am in is a department where we go to school every day. And check it now, we are human beings. You go to school by 8 o'clock or 8:30 in the morning. Sometimes you come back by 4 in the evening or 5 if it is the day that you are on duty when you work in the clinic. Because we normally, when you reach 400 level now, you understand, in 400 level you start your clinicals, right? When you start clinicals, we are going to be entering the clinic whenever you are on duty. And once you enter the clinic, you stay in school till evening, 4, 5 sometimes. So when you do these things and come back, you'll be so tired. So you cannot be doing it and be reading every day, right? But you see, weekends, I don't joke with my weekend. There is a place I normally go every weekend to read inside school. The SITS complex, engineering complex. I normally go there every weekend, Saturday and Sundays, to read my books from morning till night. I will go there in the morning, let's say by 10 or 11. I will stay there till 6 in the evening. Even if it is only that Saturday and Sunday that I'm able to read in a week, it's okay for me. It's okay for me. I am very fast in assimilating. I'm a critical thinker. I understand concepts fast. Sometimes I grab things from just the lecturer. Once the lecturer says in the class, I don't need to do extra work to understand it. Maybe I'll just do a little revision, that kind of a thing. So that's how it has been. It's not as if all my whole life is about reading. And the funny thing is that I'm not a night reader. I don't read at night, except during exam. Exam is the only thing that can make me to read all night. It's only exam. On a normal day, I cannot read at night. I sleep well at night. I go to school, come back, sleep. Want to read, I'll read during the day. Once it's night time, I'll sleep. It's only during exam that I can say, okay, let me read all night since it's exam and I need to cover before morning. Get it? So that's how it has been. That's how it has been.
So what was, during all this process, what was like your, did I say, the toughest course or clinical experience that you had?
The toughest course? Well, the first course that I was scared of when I entered Futo was my 100 level, engineering drawing. You know, Futo is a University of Technology, right? And during those days, I don't know if you are still doing it now. During those days, irrespective of what you are studying, whether you are a medical student, health student, or engineering student, you must do those engineering courses that we did in 100 level. Engineering drawing, workshop practice, and the rest. Engineering drawing in particular was a problem for me because I did not do technical drawing in secondary school. So I was scared of the course because of the way people were talking about it. Say this course is crazy, people are always failing it. I was scared of the course. At some point, it was as if the course is taking my whole time. Then, at the long run, and I asked myself, what are you doing? This course is 1 unit. I cannot, because of 1 unit course, and go and fail other courses that are 4 units, 3 units. So no, I cannot be giving this kind of attention to this course that is 1 unit because they say that it is the almighty engineering drawing. I stopped it. I stopped focusing on it that much. I started reading my chemistry, my physics, my maths, and every other thing. I said, this engineering drawing, I know that if I enter hall, I must draw something. And if I draw something, there's no way I will draw something that I will fail. I will draw it. No matter how it is, I will have my pencil, I have my ruler. I'm going to draw something. And I will pass. And that was what I said. And I passed. To my greatest surprise, I had A in that course, the first semester, then B in second semester. And that was the first course that I was afraid of. After that, subsequently, when I started basic medical sciences like anatomy and physiology, I was never afraid of them. I've been a lover of biology from my secondary school days. And when you have that foundation, biology, share the basic medical sciences, you just like them. I was never afraid of.
Do you have any optometry course that was your best?
My best optometry course is, I have two best, ocular pathology and ocular pharmacology. But I would say pharmacology in particular. I love pharmacology more. Then my least favorite, I won't say I don't like it, I'll just call it my least favorite course in optometry is contact lens. Contact lens. Because I don't understand why we'll be learning about refraction and everything with normal spectacle glasses. When it comes to contact lens, everything will just change. Why can't we use the same principle, the same pattern, everything will just change. Like, contact lens really gave me tough time. So it is my least favorite course in optometry.
So it's with this now, if you are going to specialize, where are you going to specialize?
If I want to do my residency in optometry, I will do my residency in medical optometry and ocular health. Specializing on ocular pathologies, eye diseases. That's what ocular health does.
What's training or studying in Futo? What is it like an optometry particularly? How did the training and everything you faced in school, how is it preparing you for your real life? What are the experiences that you got from there?
Being an optometry student in Futo is a whole lot of things. I can beat my chest and tell you that optometry department is the most disciplined department in the entire Federal University of Technology. Everywhere. In the entire university. Do you know that as an optometry student in Futo, on the first day of resumption, let's say in the school calendar, they say school is resuming on 5th of January. On that 5th of January, you must be in the department. I don't say you must be in school in your lodge or in your hostel. You must be in the department. First day, day one. When you come to school on that day one, the entire university will be empty. The entire faculty, the entire School of Health Technology will be empty. It's only in optometry building that you see students. To tell you how disciplined the department is, you are not permitted to miss classes no matter what. You must come to school. If you are not coming to school, I don't think you are going to write exam. 75% attendance for you to write exam. So there is this level of discipline in the department. Like, it's obvious. Other students in other departments, they know about it. It's obvious. Once you see a student, like there is a way you look at a student, the way the student carries him or herself, the way the student you must be in optometry department.
Because we have something that if you go to UNIBEN, APSU, IMSU, other schools they are doing optometry, apart from photo. Other schools they have for APSU, once you get to 400 level, you are wearing white and black. White and black in the sense that you are properly dressed with your tie, everything not, and stock things. I tell people I cannot wear shirt and trouser and fly it out. And they don't understand. I see people wear that is so odd for me.
Odd,
So because of optometry, if you go inside the school, there's so many other people wearing white and black. But once you see somebody in optometry, you don't need to know. You don't need to be. I don't need to tell you extra. You just know that this person. So it's only if you people don't wear clinical wear. So you have 500 and 600 level like an APSU, wear white and white, and
it's not as if you don't have clinical wears. In photo, once you are an optometry student, you are not permitted to go to school in casual clothes. You wear corporate. Just that you don't have any particular color. You can wear any color. For guys, you must be in your plain trousers, shirts, tucked in with your tie and shoes. For girls, any corporate gown or skate or blouse or anything, but it must be corporate. It's just that we don't have any particular color. But when you reach 400 level, that's when you start clinic from 400 level, we have a clinical jacket. So when you want to enter the clinic, you must wear your clinical jacket on top of your clothes to enter clinic. So that's how
white and white.
That's how we do it. I don't think I would like that even on white and white.
No, because
wearing white and white every day to school, like
I don't know. I don't know if there are people that don't like it. For me, I like.
Do you know why I said I would not like it? I feel like for someone like me that loves, taking pictures for memories. When you open my gallery now, you see pictures from my 100 level down to my 600 level. There's no way I will take these pictures if I'm going to school every day on white and white. Like I'll get tired of snapping. If you open my gallery, you only see white and white.
There is something different from the other. I promise you. If you start wearing,
I feel like that
stage
variety add a little spice in it. You can style your corporate.
For me, having too much clothes is very tiring to wake up and look forward to wear. Okay, let me wear this one on with this one or this one or with this one. But once I know that I'm wearing what I'm going straight up. It's a black tie. I don't need to stress myself. I know what I'm wearing. Just get it ready. So if you are to go back and change anything in optometry photo, what would that be? In the curriculum, any aspect?
To change anything? I think the only thing I want to change has been changed already. The only thing I wanted to change, I feel like I want to change, has been changed already, which is health students doing engineering courses in the 100 level. I don't think it is a nice move, despite the fact that photo is a school of technology, but we don't need that engineering courses that we are doing. So it's good that they scrape it out. For optometry students, once you enter year one, you just do your basic A-level courses like maths, chemistry, physics, and the rest. Then you start with your basic medical sciences. There is no reason doing engineering courses, doing engine drawing. So I think that's the only thing I wish I can change. I want to change, but I think they have done something about it, because I have not seen the current 600 level. When I was in 600 level, the current 100 levels, they were not carrying board up and down, board like the way we did. So I think they have changed that.
So I would like to ask, you said you don't like, most of us, when we were in school, we involved ourselves with politics, leadership. You say you don't like leadership. So what other extra curriculum activity were you engaged in, apart from just reading and going to classes?
I will not really say I don't like leadership. I would rather say I don't like politics. Just put it that way. Because I can lead. Like if I'm given the opportunity to lead, aside politics, like do normal leading a group, being the head. Let's say I was a course rep in 200 level, right? And if I'm also given opportunity to lead,
you left the position.
Yeah, something happened actually. I don't want to talk about it, but something happened.
Okay.
So I was a course rep for just one semester. Then I left. Something happened, but let me just keep it personal. So, but politics, you see politics, I don't like politics. Because why I don't like politics? I once tried, like I once dreamt of being the NOSA president. Yes. National level, not like the. I once had that dream, but something happened that made me lose interest. Politics is so dirty, not just at the national level, like the likes of APC and PDP, even in the student level, the kind of crazy things that are happening in politics. I don't think I have that kind of mind. Like it makes me feel bad when I see little young students like doing crazy things all in the name of politics, saying something that are not real, saying something bad about their fellow students just to make sure that they win a particular position. It doesn't make sense. You see two people that are friends, they will become enemies because of politics. They are looking for a particular. So that kind of a thing is not something I want to see myself in.
I feel like in politics, we used to have conflicts of ideology. And I feel like I will always say, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I feel like for our society to get what we want, we should start from the basic, from our institutions. And one of our institutions is school. School we have all those organizations, like you said, Nigeria Optometric Student Association. All these associations are supposed to represent students, mediate between students and the authorities of school. But when you get to school, you find out that because of the reflection of what we are seeing in our society, maybe what our leadership in our society is modeling, people are trying to copy what they see in the society in their basic organizations, small organizations. They replicate whatever they see at the upper level. So you now don't want to represent the students just like the ideology of the institution itself when it started. You now want to do whatever that is going to please the power above and satisfy yourself. Once you are satisfied, the power above is satisfied, the rest of the students, they should go to hell. I experienced it. I was involved in politics and I understand what you are saying, but I would like to advise with this medium. I would like to tell you that it can never change. And the more we feel it is dirty and we leave it for the dirty people, the more we keep having problems. It's better we make moves. We make move and clean up a dirty. If you come to a place and the room is dirty, what you do is to clean it up. So I will encourage people like you who believe in honesty, transparency, due diligence. Go into politics. Take up mantle of leadership. It's never given. Just like he said, if you give me, nobody is going to give you. Take it, because you know your process. You know how you've gotten to this stage. It's good that if you replicate whatever you have inside you into the society, and let us model something different from what we are having today. So some other person will say, when you became like the NOSA president, like you said. So when another person from 100 level now is coming up, you'll be like, when I become NOSA president, I would like to do something like that Remy did, other than what the other people have been doing. You can tell them that this is possible. That is what the person who started the conversation with, His Excellency P2B,
yes,
did in Anambra State. So it gave the youth the hope to feel like, okay, some of these things are realistic. They can be achieved. All of us must not be criminals to be in leadership. People can still be upright, righteous, and still attain all these positions. So that's just what I want to advise on that. So I will encourage you, go and take the leadership anywhere. I will think about it. I'll think about it. Okay. Who were your mentors in school, like people that you looked up to?
My mentors were my lecturers.
Your lecturers, all of them.
I don't think I had a student mentor in school. I just looked up to my lecturers. I wanted to be like them. The first lecturer that I was attracted to in my department was Dr. M.E. Okorie. He was my lecturer. The first course he taught me was genetics in 200 level. Then I fell in love with his class in 300 level when he taught us ophthalmic optics. As I see me like this now, I can play with lens. Anything lens, like there is nothing on earth that concerns lens that you talk about. When I talk about lens, I talk about ophthalmic lenses that we use in correction of refractive errors. There is nothing about ophthalmic lens that you talk about that I will not have an idea of. It's from the properties down to the refraction, down to how you use it to correct transposition, whatever. Like, you want to talk about ophthalmic lenses, I have an idea of it, and that is through the help of Dr. M.E. Okorie. He's very good when it comes to optics and refraction. Then I also fell in love with his class in terms of pharmacology. He's also very good in pharmacology. I learned a lot about ocular drugs and general drugs, from him. Then another of my mentor, my HOD too, he's a very nice man. Dr. Young Azwama. I learned a lot from him. Discipline. When you talk about discipline, you talk about Dr. Young. You know, Dr. Young is somebody that will teach you how to be disciplined. Punctuality. When they say we have something and it is by 8, that is supposed to start by 8 and it's going to last for 4 hours, that is Dr. Young for you. That thing will start by 8 and it will last for 4 hours. Are you getting it? So I learned that discipline from him. He's a perfectionist. He loves people that do things the right way and do it well. Are you getting it? You know, Dr. Young is somebody that can tell you that if you are listing something, if he's here, you're supposed to use I, and you're using 1, 2, that is not good. Even if the point that you're listing is nice, for the fact that you're supposed to use Roman numerals and you're using Arabic numerals, you are wrong. Just do it the right way. So I will talk about my mentors or people I look up to in optometry without talking about Professor E.C. Esenwa. He is the current Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics in the Federal University of Technology, and he's from the Department of Optometry, one of the founding fathers of optometry in Nigeria. When you read about the history of optometry in Nigeria, you will notice that Professor Esenwa is among those that founded NOSA, Nigerian Optometric Student Association. So he's one of the founding fathers of optometry in Nigeria, and he's from my department. He's someone I look up to. He's disciplined, he's diligent, he's someone that wants to see you become a better version of yourself. And he's very, very smart. Like, he's a learned man. If that man teach you something and you don't understand it, I don't know who else will teach you that thing to understand. I learned a lot of things from him, especially in the pathology aspect of optometry. He taught us ocular pathology in 400 level and partially 500 level before he became the Deputy Vice Chancellor and became busy. So I learned a lot from him. And many of my lecturers too. Professor Ikoro, I don't know if you heard of her. Professor Ikoro is also in my department. She's a woman I also look up to, one of the most outstanding optometrists we have in Nigeria as a whole. I also look up to her. And many of my lecturers, especially my course advisor. My course advisor is a very passionate woman, Dr. Mrs. Gia Imroke. I will forever remain grateful to her. I will remain grateful to her. Because there was, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about it later. If there is a session where I will talk about the challenges I experienced as a student, then I will talk about that more. But just know that my
talk about your challenges. I would like to
you want to hear my challenges. Okay. There is no success story without challenges. You know, for you to be successful, if you go down the story lane, you will still have to see where you encountered 1 or 2 difficulties. So when you see people congratulate me and say he's the best, he came out with a very outstanding, a very wonderful CGPA, it didn't just happen. I didn't just go from point A to B seamlessly without any problem. I encountered problem, and one of the biggest challenges I had as a student happened in my 500 level first semester, and it's something I will never forget. I can never tell my success story without telling that story. So it happened that in my 500 first semester, I became ill. I was seriously sick to the point that I was admitted in the hospital. For the first time in my life, I was admitted in the hospital. I've never been to the hospital, I've never been on an hospital bed before. That was my first time of being on a hospital bed. I was admitted. I stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks plus. Then I was discharged, but I wasn't getting better. So treatment continued at home. All this while, academic activities continued. normal lectures, tests, and everything. I was at home, no hope. I wasn't even getting better. At some point, I fell into depression. Not almost, I fell into depression because, come to think about it, I was like, God, is this how everything I labored for will just waste like that? At that point, my CGPA was already 4.9 something, 4.9 at a dot. It was 4.9. And if I don't write exam that semester, you know what it means now? Every of my course that semester, I think I did about 8 courses that semester. It will be recorded as F, and it's going to crash my CGPA. You get? So I was worried. I was worried. I was praying. I was asking God questions, series of questions. I'm like, if you know that this thing will happen, why do you allow me to suffer myself to get to this point? Why not just allow me from the start? Let me just be normal student, just do it anyhow. You motivated me from day one, and I worked hard and got to this point, only for you to abandon me at this most critical period or point in my life. I was asking God questions. The thing became serious, so I almost contacted my HOD that I want to pause my studies until I get better. That this my sickness is entering another level. That is now a matter of life and death. So that was it. Exam was drawing closer. But the good thing is that as a serious student that I've always been, the semester, we've already gone like 2 months into the semester before I fell sick, right? So I'm not this kind of student that will say the semester is still young. The semester just started. Let me wait till maybe 2 months or 1 month to exam before I will start preparing myself and anything. Once semester starts, it has started. I will start arranging my notes, making my notes, studying when I have the time. You get? So before that point that I fell sick, my notes were already ready. Everything. I had my notes. I have everything. I had my lecture notes and everything. So then came a moment of reflection. I asked myself one simple question: what if the thing holding me and my success is just my decision to keep on going despite everything? Because the fact, okay, I've not died, I'm still breathing, I'm still alive. So why can't I just try and write this exam? Let it be that I tried and failed, than I did not try at all. That was the question I asked myself. And I decided to go back to school, even though I was still sick. I told my parents that I'm going back to school. At first, they did not welcome the idea. But after much deliberation and everything, they said, okay, let me go back to school. Maybe I'll go with my elder sister so that she'll be taking care of me. Then if I go, they will monitor me. If it is something I can do, I will do it. If it's something I cannot do, I will know. I resumed school 1 week before exam. I started school on Monday. I met my lecturers. They already know what is happening because I've been away from school for 1 month. So everybody knows what was happening and they are worried. So when I came back, they were happy. I met them. The test that I've already missed, they gave me my own makeup test. I wrote my test. Then exam was coming closer. But because of the kind of pressure that I've mounted on myself, as someone that is sick, we went and started reading for test and everything. I broke down again. A few days to exam. I was rushed back home. I think that was on Wednesday. I was rushed back home. I was at home. I was worried. I was literally crying. So what is happening? What is happening? Like this cannot be happening. Towards weekend, I made a decision to go again. I said I cannot give up. I cannot give up. Like, do you know what it means? But I've supplied all these things for 4 years. Now I'm in 500 level. If one for optometry, 500 level is supposed to be my final year, right? So you cannot just tell me that I suffered just for everything to spoil in my final year. I said no. I'm going to go back again. My mom was worried. My dad was worried. He said, what is this thing now? You kill yourself. Read this book. I said no. I'll go back. Let me try again. And I went back to school on Sunday, a night before exam. I was shaking, I was sweating. If you see me that day inside my room, I was with my friend in my room throughout that exam. Although I used to go home and come back, I was reading and shaking and sweating while I was still reading. forcing myself. So as long as my brain is still working, my brain has not stopped working because I'm sick, but my brain is still working. I'm not having a mental health problem or anything. It's just that I'm sick, right? So I kept on reading. It was hard. Forget that I'm just telling it as a story. It wasn't an easy one. It was very hard. I wrote my first paper. Like I told you, one thing about me is that if I do something and I do it well, it becomes a motivation for me. So I wrote my first paper and I did wonderfully well. Like if you do well, you will know. Like I answered very well. Like I was so happy. Like wow. So I was able to answer these things to my satisfaction. I'm going to write this exam and I'll write it very well. And that was how I actually write the exam, finish it, everything. And my result came out and I made 5.0 that semester. I made A in the all of those 8 courses that I offered that semester. So that particular experience, it shaped me, it taught me that consistency, when you talk about consistency is not only when you are in your right state of mind. Whether you are not in your right state of mind, though, you still have to be consistent. Because hard work and consistency goes hand in hand. For you to achieve this kind of thing that I achieved, it's not only by hard work, you have to be consistent too. And being consistent should not only be limited to when you are in the right state of mind. And you now say because you are sick, you cannot do this thing again. No. Being consistent, you have to be consistent no matter what. Even in your most difficult times, you still have to remain consistent. That is the difference between that is the one thing when you read about people that did big things, that did great things, successful people, you see that they remain consistent. That thing that they were trying to do, they did it against all odds. They did it despite all the challenges that they came across. So that alone will tell you that hard work is not enough. You have to be consistent.
Before sharing this story, you mentioned one particular lecturer. What was her role in this whole journey?
Okay, my course advisor.
Yeah.
My course advisor played a huge role in motivating me to come and write that exam. Despite being sick. She called me and told me, Remigius, hope you know your GP. Hope you know your CGPA. I said, yes, ma, I know. She said, do you want it to waste? Do you know that you can be the best graduating student in the entire university if you continue with this CGPA to your final year and you have like 4 more semesters in front of you? Do you know? I said, yes, ma, I know. She said that she knows the condition, like she knows my situation. She knows that I'm sick, but she believes that I can do something. Let me just try. She was begging me, she was motivating me, she was pushing me. She covered me with motherly care and love. Like, she's one of the reasons why I decided to try, even though it was looking impossible. I decided to try, and she kept on motivating me. After the exam, she would come and ask me, how was it? Hope you wrote well. What is happening? Hope you are feeling good. Like, she was calling me, Dr. Mrs. G.I. Ugoke, Genevieve Ugoke.
Dr. Genevieve Ugoke.
Yes.
Shout out to her.
I will forever remain grateful to her. I mentioned that in my valedictorian speech. Although my valedictorian speech, I had a lot of things to say in my valedictorian speech, but due to time, I was just cutting it. I was not able to say everything, but I hope that in my induction speech, I believe they will give me enough time to appreciate everybody that I want to appreciate.
It's necessary.
Yes, it's very important.
It's necessary.
Very important.
So, just like they say, nobody is an island. You've mentioned your mentors, the lecturers that helped you. I want to also know students that helped you, your friends, people that encourage you to do.
Yes, I had friends because you cannot do this alone. You know, there is a saying that goes, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. That saying is real. You cannot achieve these great things alone. There are people that played background roles. All those while that I was sick, there are people that were supporting me, people that were taking care of me, people that were making sure that I did not break down. Because writing exam as a sick person, check it now. I'm supposed to be eating now. I cannot be cooking my food as a sick person. I cannot be washing my clothes as a sick person. I cannot be cleaning my house as a sick person and still be writing exam. Someone was doing it. Throughout that period of exam, someone was cleaning my room, someone was washing my clothes, someone was cooking for me. And these things were done by my friends. Luckily for me, I came to the university with my childhood friend, Dr. Idio Assistus. By the grace of God, my childhood friend also graduated with a first class CGPA, 4.83. We've been friends from our primary school days. We've been friends for over 15 years. We attended the same secondary school and we ended up in the same university, in the same department. So we've been living together for 6 years. So I will never tell my success story.
So both of you did optometry?
Yes, of course. How did that happen? We studied optometry.
When you were looking for chemistry in Uniben,
when I was looking for chemistry, I think he applied for medicine and surgery in Unizik. But he did not get it. Then the following year, both of us applied for optometry and we got it in photo.
It's very funny. God wants two people to be together.
And we came together again, and by the grace of God, we excelled together. I came out with 4.94. He came out with 4.83. I think he's the third in my class. After me, the second in my class is 4.84. Then he's the third, 4.83 in my class. Then I also have other friends. I have Christian, Dr. Chris. I have Young. I have Christian. I have Success. Okay, I've mentioned Christian. I have Pamela, Faustina, Macy, Nomsi. These people, they really helped me as a student in one way or the other, emotionally, financially, and otherwise. They were there for me. At least you have friends that you can always go to their house and be like, you crack jokes, play together, study together, eat together, you know. There is no school life without friends. You cannot even do it. I don't think it's possible for you to finish university 6 years without, even if it is one friend. It's not possible.
If you could advise like your first year, you want to advise yourself or your first year self.
My first year self.
What advice
will I give to my first year self? Well, I would say to my first year self, I would have, put in interest small in let's say financial aspect, because from my 100 level to 300 level, it was more of academics. Just my studies. I didn't really do any extra thing, business or,
I've asked about your extracurricular activity. You did not mention anything in particular.
Oh, yeah. For my extracurricular activities, I did what I had fun, yeah. And I attended events, social events, dinner nights. I played, ball. I played ball with my guys because then I had a business while I was a student, but not immediately. I didn't just start my business from 100 level. The first business I owned in school was in my 400 level. I founded it with my friend. It was a joint business. We called it Remigius Medicals, where we sold basic medical and ophthalmic equipment like ophthalmoscope, retinoscope, stethoscope, and the rest. So I have vendors in Onitsha and Aba that I work with. So when a student orders for this from me, I'll just get it for them from Onitsha or Aba, have my own commission, and that's it. So the business sustained me to an extent, and I really appreciate that business because I did it and I still had time to do other things. It's not as if the business
was taking your time.
On my time, yeah. I did it and it was as if I was not doing anything. So that's it. But if I want to talk about the advice I will give to my 100 level self, I would say I will put more eye into business, because I feel like if to say I did it, it will not really affect me. I think it will not really affect me. I can do it and still do well. But maybe because I was scared as a young student that just entered the university, you don't really know what the system is. You don't really know your right from your left. You have to calm down and discover yourself first. Yes. Even though you feel like you are brilliant, it's not good that you just enter and jumped into business and try to combine it with your studies. It may really go wrong. So that's why I calmed down and I did it gradually till I discovered myself, and that's okay. At this point, I know what works for me. I know how to study, and I'll get what I'm looking for. I know when to study and when not to study. Now I can do my business and do other things and explore other things and still do well academically.
So that your advice, are you going to make it general for every other person, or
No.
just for yourself?
No, it's just myself.
What will you advise a 100 level students now in photo?
I will advise them to discover themselves first. Don't do something because other people are doing it. We are not the same. Me and you can be reading one particular book. Let's say you want to study now, want to study 10 pages of book. It will take me 1 hour to read everything and understand it. It will take you like 2 days. So don't do something because others are doing. Discover yourself, know your capacity, and work accordingly. You understand? You know your capacity first. That's the first thing. Know what works for you, then work accordingly. You cannot just jump into something because you notice other people are doing it. Okay, so long with a okay. So you as okay, you now go and follow you are in trouble. So you have to know yourself. So this is what I can do and work with it so that you will not regret any decision or action you will take.
Is there any funny thing or any funny experience that happened to you that people will not expect from a best graduating student?
Funny experience? Is there anything I can think of now? Okay, this one is not funny, Sha. It's not funny, just normal thing. I was the Mr. Optometry on my 100 level. That is not something many people will be expecting a best graduating student to be, because they feel like people that do all those pageantry and social events are people that are not really into academics. I was the Mr. Optometry 100 level. I contested. I danced on stage. I used dancing as my skill. I danced on stage. I did the whole catwalking and pageantry stuff, and I won. And fast forward to today, I'm the best graduating student. So doing that in 100 level did not stop me from reading and doing well in my studies. So, well, I cannot think of any other funny thing. There may be, but I can't think of any for now.
If not optometry, what else?
Chemistry, yes. Chemistry, if not optometry.
You just want to do chemistry and explore chemicals, just like that.
I will study chemistry.
And what if the only opportunity was... Okay, what was the opportunities that you were thinking of when you...
In chemistry. That's the thing. I was not thinking of opportunity. I was just thinking about the love I have for the course as a young boy that I was. So that was why people were able to convince me, because had it been I have something up here about opportunity, I said this is opportunity that I in this I'm seeing, I will not allow anybody to convince me or confuse me. But I was just going towards it based on the love I have for the course. I get it. That was solely my drive.
So do you read books? Do you have any book or any quote, any motivation that kept you going?
It's not as if I'm really that type that will just pick up random books to read, but I have my personal quotes. My personal quote is ad astra per aspera. It translates to the stars through her ship. That's the official slogan of NASA. You know NASA now? That's American Astronaut Association. That's the official slogan, and that's my personal quote. You can literally see it in all my notebook. When you read my notebook, at the top right corner, you see where I wrote it, at Astra per Aspera. If you go to my WhatsApp bio, you see where I wrote it, at Astra per Aspera. It's a quote that has been driving me, because I know that there's no way you get there without suffering. You just have to suffer. You just have to pass through hardship. For something to become good, it has to pass through series of refinements, and those refinements is through fire. So it is not going to be easy. It's hardship. So for you to get to the stars, you must pass through hardship. And that has been something that has kept me going.
Where do you see optometry in Nigeria? What's the future of optometry in Nigeria?
Optometry in Nigeria is one of the fastest growing health professions in this country. Yes, I can testify to that. 20 years ago, there are few to no optometry clinics in this country. But think about optometry now. Like, an average person know what optometry is now. I know that, and it's growing very fast too, because as of my 100 level, when I tell somebody that I'm studying optometry,
they need to ask me,
what's that? I will now start explaining. But I notice that it's not like that anymore. Just within the space of 6 years, once you mention optometry, an average person know what it is. and know what it's all about. So I feel like optometry is one of the fastest growing profession in Nigeria and in the world at large. And it is a profession that will give you what you want if it is what you want to pursue. Like optometry is a very nice course. And for someone, if anybody comes to me and say, I want to study optometry, it's what I love. I have passion for optometry. I will give you 100% go ahead
encouragement
to go and study optometry. It is worth it.
To wrap it up, I would like to ask, what is your relationship with Rema?
Rema, okay, you notice I have him as my DP. I always post him on my TikTok story. I love Rema. Rema is my favorite Afrobeat musician. But the name Rema, my nickname, is not because of him. I've been answering the name before Rema came into limelight. Or that Rema became popular from 2019, right? I've been answering the name Rema before. I don't even know how the name came about. I just started answering it. My real name is Remigius, so I just coined it from him. I called myself Rema G. So my name was Rema G. So when I entered school, my classmates, my friend, they removed the G and they were calling me only Rema, and that was how the name now went viral. Everyone was now calling me Rema. And the funny thing is that most people think that Rema is my real name. Majority of the students in my department that calls me Rema don't know that it's not my real name. So maybe it's because of now that my fly is everywhere, they're not seeing my real name. But it's only my classmates that knows my real name. But that Rema is just a nickname. So I like Rema. I like Rema very well. I like his music. I've been following Rema from 2019, right from the time he released his EP album. Every of his music, even when people were criticizing him, when he sang things like Spider-Man, Iron Man, those music, people were saying that it is too childish, it doesn't make sense. Even from that point, I've been in love with Rema's music. And now that he's popular, so I like his music. He's my favorite Afrobeat musician. But don't ask me to sing his song, I don't really know how to sing, but I enjoy listening to it. Just enjoy listening to it. But I cannot really.
It's not easy to even pay attention and learn lyrics.
And his lyrics are
drugs
very fast.
Learn drugs and refraction. It's nice having this conversation with you. It's something I would like to do some other time. Maybe when you attain another height, when you have another congratulations to your name, I'd like to do something like this. I would like to be invited to your induction. I'd like to be invited to your induction.
Yeah, you are invited. You are invited, although there is no date yet, but like I told you before, it will be either last week of this month or first week of July, because our professional exam result is out and we passed. So we are waiting for the board to give us official date for the induction. I believe that before the end of this week, they are going to brief us so that we have a date that we are working with. So you are specially invited.
Thank you very much, my viewers. I believe if you've watched to this point, you must have learned something about being the best in everything that you're doing, in all aspects of your life. You must have learned the process, understanding that it's all hard work and you must suffer to get to excellence. If you are going through anything today, if you are suffering in your field, just know that you are very close to excellence. Don't give up. Just like Rema said here that he's 50, he felt like he's supposed to quit. So many challenges, that's very touching. If that he did something like changing his mind or trying to drop for that session, nobody will blame him per se, but he kept pushing and get to the best which he is today. So I encourage you to do whatever you are doing and to put in your best. You are going to get to that point. And if you've watched this point, try to make contributions. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell us what more you want us to do, what more you want us to discuss in this platform. Your contribution is highly needed and it's something that we'll look up to. We pay attention to every comment, every like on this platform. Thank you very much. See you on the next episode.